Welcome to Jackal DIY and Tech. In today's video we'll go over 6 different Core XY printers in the budget of about 500 euros slash dollars, and what I want to do is put my perspective on it, what I want out of a 3D printer, and I want some feedback from you all, maybe get a discussion going, what is actually good and what a beginner should be looking into. Now I have made some research on 6 of the printers and will be going over all of these hidden attributes. I do have some of them, maybe not all of them, so that is where you all come in. And let's just jump in. The first printer on the list is the Anycubic Kobra S1. Previously the price was €3.99, so 50 euros cheaper, but now it can include a 4 kilograms of high-speed PLA or 4 kilos of ASA for only €1. So is 4 kilograms of filament a good deal for 50 euros? Do let me know. Now the next one on the list and most expensive one is the Bambu Lab P1S, and you don't get anything extra with it. Now I do know that Bambu Lab did make some less than ideal changes to the terms of use and also most importantly the firmware upgrade. So that is also something that we all should take into account. But in any case, on to the next one, the K1C from Creality at 450 euros. But I did scroll a little bit down and you can actually get this one, the K1C with 2 PLA carbon fiber filaments. And this is now basically 430 euros with 2 kilograms of filament. So if we consider the price of the filament, in Anycubic Kobra's case that would be 12.5 euros per kilo. In this case, if we take the same value, that would be 25 euros, so the printer itself would be 404 euros. Next one is the new kid on the block. It's still in pre-order and it is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. I do have my eyes on this one, but because it's a pre-order I actually have no idea what to expect. It is also the cheapest one, and that is because it is a pre-order. How much the price will be once it's in full production, I do not know. They do list the price of 413, but I also read a lot of comments that this should actually be its real price. Then we have the Flashforge Adventurer 5M Pro at 500 euros basically, and it does come with 2 free rolls of filament. If we apply the same math, then the printer itself would be 475. Next one is the Qidi Tech, the Qidi Tech Q1 Pro at 449, and you can also get a 5% discount. Now I do have to point out, I was gathering the information for a long time, and while doing that, the price dropped by 50 euros, previously it was 499. Now I have focused on these 6 printers, but if you have any recommendation of your own, do leave it in the comments down below. And now let's proceed with the actual comparisons. So the price, we have mentioned that. I have listed all of it out, as you can see. Then I also have what the discount is supposed to be, or at least it was previously. Then we have the physical dimensions. In this case, the Creality K1C does win if you like a smaller footprint, because it does have the smallest one. When it comes to the weight, I believe heavier is better, because all of the movement will be less likely to affect the printer. When it comes to the connectivity, this can be a little bit iffy. So the S1 has LAN and Wi-Fi. The Bambu P1S, this one had a lot of issues, especially if you want to keep it as open source as possible. Out of the box, you have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. I don't really know what the Bambu bus is, but that is also specified. And you have the LAN and the micro SD slot. The K1C specifies USB and Wi-Fi. The same goes for Centauri Carbon, the AM5 Pro has Wi-Fi, LAN and USB. The AM5 Pro also has LAN, and again the Qidi Q1 has USB and Wi-Fi. Now ideally I would be looking into a 3D printer with a LAN connectivity. A USB should be fine, but I know that I have found some issues when it comes to Wi-Fi connectivity, and that was specified for Centauri Carbon, and maybe other printers have some issues as well. Now the print volume, the bigger is obviously better. So the Anycubic Kobra has 250 cubed, the P1S 256 cubed. It's actually 250, but with some finicking you can get it to 256 I believe. The Creality K1C 220 by 220 by 250 millimeters. The Elegoo CC, as some call it, 256 cubed, though this one too may be 250 cube, the same as Bambu P1S. Then the Flashforge A5M Pro 220 cubed, and the Qidi Q1 Pro 245, 245 and 240 millimeters. Next we have the layer height. As far as I know, the smaller the number, the better the model can look. But it also means that the model will take a bit longer time to print. So in this case, the Anycubic Kobra S1 would be the best. Is it actually the best? I do not know, but you can let me know. Then we have the print accuracy. Most of them have plus minus 0.1 millimeters. The Creality K1C has it listed as 100 plus minus 0.1 millimeter, so this one was a little bit strange, and I did not find anything for the Adventurer F5M Pro. When it comes to bed leveling, all of them have auto leveling, as you can see. And now we get to the good stuff. I did find that some printers had build plate listed among the properties, but I did not really know what to look for, so I just left everything blank. Next we have the supported filaments. This is what everyone wants to know, what the printer is actually capable of doing. So the Anycubic Kobra S1 has PLA, PETG, TPU, ABS and ASA, which I think is pretty much everything that you would want to do. The Bambu Lab P1S has PLA, PETG, TPU, PVA, PET, then we have ABS, ASA, the PA and the PC with the asterisk. I believe this is either with a better nozzle or a higher temperature. The Creality K1C has a lot of them. They have ABS, PLA, PETG, PET, TPU, PA, ASA, PC, PLA-CF, PA-CF and PET-CF. Then we have the Elegoo Carbon. It has PLA, PETG, ABS, ASA, TPU, PET, PC, PA, just a normal carbon and a glass fiber. The Flashforge A5M Pro has PLA and PETG, these two with 0.4 mm nozzle. Next we have the ABS or ASA, TPU or PLA-CF or PETG CF, all of these with 0.6 or 0.8 mm nozzle. And lastly, the Qidi Q1 Pro has PLA, ASA, ABS, PETG, TPU, PA, PC, carbon and glass fiber. So pretty much anything that you would want to use. Now all of these printers are obviously enclosed, but one of them does come with no enclosure, and that is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, which in that case it loses the carbon name and it is just Centauri and costs 240 euros. And as you can see, it has nothing on the sides, no door and also nothing on the top. Now when it comes to 3D printing, I would say that multicolor is the same kind of a buzzword as AI in the PC space. So if you want multicolor, some printers support it, some not, and some may get support. So among these 6, the Anycubic Kobra S1 supports 4 or 8 colors, the Bambu P1S up to 16 colors, the Creality K1C does not have any support, and I did not find anything that it may support that in the future. The Elegoo CC is supposed to get one in Q3 of 2025. How many spools it will support, I have no idea. The Flashforge A5M Pro also doesn't mention anything, and the Qidi Q1 Pro, it might come. And also, no idea how many spools it will support if it comes. When it comes to nozzle material, I did find some information but not a lot. The P1S comes with stainless steel, the K1C has steel tip copper, the CC has brass hardened steel, and the Qidi Q1 Pro has bimetal. That just means two metals, as far as I'm aware, so I have no idea which two metals that would be. When it comes to the nozzle flow, most of them have 32 cubic millimeters per second, except for the Qidi Q1 Pro, which has 30 cubic millimeters per second, and I found no information on the S1 or the K1C. Now we have the nozzle temperature and the hotbed temperature. So just spec-wise, the A5M Pro is the worst one and the Qidi Q1 Pro is the best one. But just those specs don't mean a lot to me because I have no experience. But what I do know is that the chamber temperature can help with adhesion, especially when it comes to warping. And the only printer among these six is the Qidi Q1 Pro, and it can reach a maximum of 60 degrees Celsius. Now when it comes to camera time-lapses and videos, all of the printers have a camera, all of them support time-lapse. When it comes to video though, I only found information for the Anycubic Kobra S1 and the Bambu P1S, and only the Bambu one had any resolution and the FPS specified. Now we have some features that maybe not all of the manufacturers specify because they might be too basic, I don't know, but you tell me. So resume on power loss, all of them have it. Spaghetti detection, not all of them have it, so the Bambu P1S does not have it, the Flashforge does not have it, and the Qidi Q1 Pro does not have it, but you can add it to the Qidi Q1 Pro. Then we have the filament runout detection, all of them have it. When it comes to filament tangle detection, only the Qidi Q1 Pro has it, or at least has it specified. And now we have the LCD touch. Supposedly the Bambu P1S does not have a touch screen. If that is a touch screen, do let me know. And when it comes to the touch screen, I also took its position. And why is that important? Well, some people may be hindered so they can't move, and for those people, having the touch screen on the bottom side of the printer may be more ideal, and maybe some of you just like it to have it in different positions. And now for the fun stuff, or the Pandora's box that Bambu Lab opened. Is it opened or is it closed source? For the Anycubic Kobra S1, I did not find any information, so I will take that as closed source. Bambu Lab P1S, this one is definitely closed ecosystem. Then Creality K1C, it is open sourced and based on Clipper. Now the Elegoo CC is closed source, it might be open, but if it is opened, it will be unofficial, so that means that the Elegoo will not be liable to provide any kind of support. So I think that is why they chose the closed source, because they have a limited number of people that actually work on these devices. If that is not the case, do let me know. The Flashforge AM5 Pro, I found no indication, so I will take that as closed source, and the Qidi Q1 Pro is based on Clipper, and that is why you can also add the spaghetti detection. Now, is the nozzle easy to replace? I found this information for 3 printers, so the first 3 yes, the second 3 no idea, and also nozzle and hot end is not the same, so do let me know which one is easier to replace and if you do have to replace those. So when it comes to warranty, all of the companies have a 1-year warranty except for Bambu and Elegoo, but only if you are in the EU. In that case it's 2 years. When it comes to the support and I don't really know what the lifetime means, but Creality and Elegoo have a lifetime support. Now the UI language, I imagine most of them have a lot of languages, but I only found the information for the Creality and Elegoo. Now we also have the air purifier. I believe this is for the ABS, mostly, because it's kind of toxic. Maybe other filaments as well. So most of them do have some air purifiers, except for the Qidi Q1 Pro. Now we have the input shaping. Only Creality and the Qidi have this specified. The sleep mode, only Anycubic and Creality have this specified. And now we have rated voltage and rated power. All 6 printers will basically run from 100 to 240 volt AC, and based on the voltage is the rated power, and this will vary from 350 to 500 watts, that is for the low voltage I would say, and for the high voltage it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 1000 to 1500 volts. Now we have the printable files. I found G-code specified for 3 of them. I would imagine the other 3 also do the G-code. And when it comes to the slicer file formats, all of them have STL and OBJ. But then it gets a little bit interesting. The 3MF is a newer standard as far as I know, and it is supported by all of the printers except for the Bambu P1S. The Bambu P1S has AMF and STEP. The Creality K1C just has those 3. The Elegoo CC has STP instead of STEP. I don't really know what the difference between those 2 is, but I guess there is some, because the Qidi Q1 Pro has both STEP and STP listed. Then we have the over-the-air firmware upgrade. The Elegoo CC has that. Now based on the shenanigans from Bambu Lab, I don't really know if that is a good feature. And as for the automatic shutdown, only the Flashforge AM5 Pro has that listed. And lastly, I have other notable section, because each printer has something specific to it, and there is no overlap for most of the printers. Anycubic Kobra S1 has skip objects, anti-clogging, and monitor belt tension. The Bambu Lab P1S has semi-auto belt tensioning and vibration compensation and pressure advance. The Creality K1C has cloud printing, 3D model library, foreign object detection and auto calibration. The Elegoo CC has semi-auto belt tensioning, full auto calibration filament cutter, which indicates the readiness for a multicolor print, and also has vibration compensation and pressure advance. The Flashforge AM5 Pro has extruder vibration suppression and remote control of multiple devices via an app. So if you have multiple Flashforge devices, you could control all of them via an app. And lastly, Qidi Q1 Pro has full auto calibration and reduced vibration. And last section, as a joke, do they poop? And what is this poop made of? It's made out of filament. And where is the filament positioned? I think that is also an important question. So if we take a look at the images, do they have anything specified apart from the brand multicolored print? In this case, not really. So the Anycubic does not specify where you actually put the single roll of filament. How about the Bambu P1S, also promoting the multicolor print? The K1C has it on the backside, since this is the display. The Elegoo Centauri Carbon has it on the right side. The Flashforge A5M Pro has it on the backside as well. And the Qidi Tech Q1 Pro, I believe it also does not show it, at least on the images. Now I specifically did not mention the printing speed and the printing acceleration, because all of the printers have the same values, and these values are basically just marketing materials. Most likely the printers cannot run at these speeds and have a good quality. But if any of these printers can do that, do let me know. Now that's it for my list. What I want as a beginner for my 3D printer is to just work out of the box, be quiet if possible, and I believe that is something that I skipped. So I do have the decibels from these ones. The Creality K1C and the Anycubic Kobra were the quietest, but again, it all depends on what the printer was actually doing when they've done the tests. So quiet, easy to use, no finicking. The printer should also be open sourced, and for ease of use, all of these options are quality of life, and all of the printers should support them or be able to. But do let me know if you could miss any of these features and still have the printer going 24/7 and not have any issues. Now, why did I make this list? Well, I'm in the process of deciding on which 3D printer to buy, and I'm hoping that you will be able to give me some input, and hopefully me and other people will be able to make the right decision. That's it for this video. If you have any fun projects using a 3D printer, do let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.